Guys, we're at the Jordan River here, and it's pretty incredible because Jesus got baptized here. Let's do this.
Looking at the ground.
What'd you think of that, guys?
Pretty awesome.
Great experience.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. The water was pretty cold.
We had fish nibbling on our feet.
The water was very cold.
There was a giant crab. We beat the long line also, so we kind of got lucky today. No crabs biting at us or pinching us. But it was a really cool experience.
Hey, we're in Bet Cheyenne.
All right, let's do this. Supposedly, this is the place where Saul and his son's bodies were found dead after battle. So,
Kind of cool.
pretty interesting. Let's check it out. First sights. Wow. It's a crazy view of the ancient ruins. Okay, guys, here we are entering. Woo! Here we go. Oh wow, we got a big Coliseum again. Like it, what's it called? Caesarea. Wow.
Very Caesarean.
Yeah.
Roman.
So this is the Roman Colosseum.
This is a Roman Coliseum, not a Roman.
So this was built on top of all the other stuff that was here from the Old Testament times.
The Philistines were here before the Romans, so I guess this is on top of Philistine territory. So we got Chauncey telling me that there's some super cool tunnels to lead into the Colosseum here. We got some lights for some reason, modern made equipment, and we got a tunnel. Some steps down. Oh wow, it's low. People must have been short.
You don't lose into like
A little bathtub.
Yeah.
Like,
Aunt Kim, look, you can go through that from the other side.
and here we got this view.
Oh wow.
Deep tunnel.
Oh, we do.
Sweet.
Alright. Alright guys,
This is cool.
going down
This would
this.
have been a walk.
It's a lot better than Caesarea. The steps aren't as steep. So, yeah, this is
Why would they make it such
beautiful.
So these chairs here are probably fancier than any of the others because they got this curve and you're able to lean back and against a smooth surface, while the people on the lower rows would have to sit against a rougher seat. We got these massive pillars. I don't know how humans could just build this by their hands, not with machines. It's pretty incredible what humans were capable of in the first century. These massive steps are actually really sus, so that's interesting. And we got this big drop with no railing. Back in the first century, they just built this, it looks like. So this is pretty sus. Got this tunnel here leading to our next feature in this park. It's actually a national park here in Israel, so you should totally visit this. It looks like it has a lot of ancient ruins.
Hey Jaden, check this thing out over here. See how this has like a taper to it? This entrance here, it's supposed to be like for a megaphone, so for sounds to like amplify out.
Oh, okay.
So all of them.
Wow. Just carrying a baby down the steps, but no worries as we're entering the Coliseum floor. It does have that megaphone look to it, as we got some birds here. Those are weird birds up there, but it does have that megaphone look to amplify the sound back in the 1st century to get people interested in coming here. We haven't even scratched the surface here at the ancient city of Bet Shean. So let's continue to move on. We better move quickly if we want to get to some other features today. So they have an ancient bathhouse here with massive pillars holding up the structure to cover any citizen who enters here with from the sun. And I think this is the bathhouse up here. Let's go check it out. Oh wow, this deep pit here. Wow, people would have lived in here. Wonder how hot would have been each day. It's burning up in its fall, so we got the Colosseum there, guys, and then we move over here. We got this long street. I bet this would have been the main street here in Bet Shean, so I bet the houses would have been along here and shops, marketplace, and then that is probably their military defense zone because it's on top of the hill. You know, they say high ground. So we got some more small streets and got this weird colored road with some markings on it. It looks like it's very artistic, so people were creative back in the day. So a lot of these pillars here were dedicated to the gods and goddesses of the Roman, Greeks, and Philistines, so pretty interesting. I wonder what each of them were dedicated to. So guys, we got a tunnel here. I wonder what this would have been built for. These massive marble pillars are fascinating here. Amazing how people would have lifted this up and carved this by their own hands. That one's split in two right there. Pretty crazy. Guys, we didn't intend to come here, but this is great that we did. We were on our way to some caves down near Jerusalem, and this is what we stumbled on, so it's pretty crazy to stop here. Think of Roman chariots, the Philistine armies, and the Greeks philosophers would have walked down here. We're walking on this edge before we take a photo. Whoa! And there's a staircase right there, so interesting. I could have taken that, but you gotta do the hard way. The hike was exhausting, but it was worth it here, guys. It was about probably 500 vertical feet if I were to guess. So we found out that this place is from like 3,000 to 5,000 BC. And that means that this is like 5,000 to 7,000 years old. That is older than Abraham and like Adam and Eve's time. So King Solomon and King David stood here and built this military base, as I thought it was. And 5 years after Solomon died, it was destroyed by Egypt. It's pretty crazy. So the fact that Jesus has set foot in these synagogues we've walked in, King David has set foot here, King Solomon, it's pretty crazy, I think. I mean, we still got plenty of places to go here that more historic people could have been. So Israel has been incredible, guys. We're walking through history. Let me tell you guys must pack water for this trip. We're in the southern parts of Israel, so very hot, humid. Whew. Pack some water. Okay guys, we're at Qumran Caves. This is where they found a lot of Dead Sea Scrolls, actually 7 to be exact, and Many of it is a part of like some of the Old Testament. Let's go check it out. There's like 11 or 12 caves, I believe, all in this mountainside. It's hard not to think of Red Bull Rampage when you look at this. Virgin, Utah, home to the historic cliff riding, free ride mountain bike trails. So there's a little black hole down there, and that is one of the caves here. It's pretty interesting. There are plenty of caves up there. I already see 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 now, yeah, or 9 caves. One of them ginormous up there. 10. There is too many caves to count here, we'll say that.
Okay, so we're standing here in Qumran, which is a national park in Israel, and it is to commemorate the finding of many scrolls that were preserved from even the 8th century BC. And so what you're seeing is the backdrop of where those scrolls were found, and they were found by actually a young boy that were like a shepherd kiddo that was playing out here. And he threw some rocks and heard some clinking noises, and the pottery was broken, and then they found that those pottery jars stored some of the most ancient texts from the scriptures, and including a copper scroll that is now housed in the Jordanian Museum. And it is a scroll what some believe contain a map to finding King Solomon's temple treasures. So that's where they think maybe the Indiana Jones series came from. Is an archaeologist was very interested in this as well, by the name of Vendell Jones, and he kind of dedicated his life to looking for some of that information. And so there are treasures to be found. We don't know when and where we'll find them, but we certainly know that God's scriptures are a treasure. And when they compared those scriptures that they had pulled out from the jars, they learned that even after 1,000 years difference from the earliest previous copies, those scriptures compared side by side were almost identical, meaning that even over a 1,000-year period, God's word had not changed. We know we can stand on it, we know it's true, and we know it's been preserved for ages. It was discovered in 1952, I believe, here in Qumran.
Okay guys, that's it for Qumran Caves. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.